Right here on national television. All you have to do is go to firstTakeYourTake.com. Then you upload a 1-minute video with your best original sports debate. Please keep it clean. No music, team logos, trademarks, or copyrighted material. 2 winners will be selected by our show staff. So get busy, people. We could see you at the debate desk sooner than later.
On my radio show, SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio.
What channel?
Every weekday. Channel 82. Comes on every weekday from 1 to 3 p.m. Various callers called me yesterday saying, Stephen A., do we send in 1 video and that's it? No. The goal is for you to watch the show each day, and when you're watching the show, pick a debate that we broached and send it in. So you could actually send in a video every day.
You could strike out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, hit on Friday.
There you go. That's the goal. Watch and debate something. Don't bring me a debate from 6 months ago.
No, I want to debate. Be relevant,
and when I look every day at these videos, I want to see something that we discussed yesterday, and I want you to debate that. That's what I'm saying.
Keep them fresh.
That's what I'm looking for. And you're not limited to 1. You can send in a video each day. One day you might not get picked. Another day you might.
You got it.
Let's go.
Thursday
like the birthday necklace. This is a birthday necklace Molly gave me.
It's cute.
Yeah, it's nice.
You like it?
Nice. Little too flashy.
Oh, stop it.
It's all right. Let's go. Let's go.
Thursday Night Football featured a tough game for the Broncos last night as they were without head coach Gary Kubiak. Chargers quarterback Phil Rivers threw for 178 yards and 1 TD, and the Chargers held off the Broncos 21-13. The victory may have saved Coach Mike McCoy's job, though. Stephen A., did you enjoy the game?
No, I did not. I did not at all. Could y'all take that video off, put the camera on me right here? Thursday Night Football needs to go. It's horrible. Football on the NFL level should be played on Sundays and Mondays. College football should be on Saturdays. And can we think about the kids? Because we all know Stevie A love the kids.
Yeah.
He sure does. He love the kids, okay? Give them Friday nights. I mean, what the hell is going on? The fact of the matter is, other than opening night, Jets, Bills, I'm not talking about Cam and Denver, that opened the season. But what I'm saying is this. The Bills and the Jets was the only good game. Patriots 27-0 over the Texans. That game stunk. Don't get me started with the Bengals Dolphins. I mean, you know you fell asleep. Don't even act like you stayed up to watch that snore fest, okay? I mean, give me a break. Give me a break. I mean, please, just stop it, okay? And then, of course, Chip Kelly and his San Francisco 49ers had the temerity to just sit up there and invade our airwaves and be on there against the Cardinals, which is a game they lost, okay? The 49ers lost. Thursday Night Football, somebody's at a disadvantage. Teams are tired. They're not healthy. They don't appear to be as interested. They prepare to be ill-prepared compared to a particular opponent. There's always somebody. Thursday Night Football is not good for the interest of the game. It's an extra day for fans to watch football. I understand that. I know a couple of people right now cussing me out because they love their football. You hear me, JJ?
You're not going to have to wait long to hear about it.
Listen, it's not the players. The players, listen, the bottom line is the quality of football drastically dissipates on Thursday night compared to what we see on Sundays and Mondays. It has no business existing. They need to get rid of it and stop wasting our time with it. It's a sorry product compared to what it normally gives us Sundays and Mondays.
So every Sunday, someone runs up to you in the street and hands you $100. Thanks. Then on a Thursday, they run up and they hand you $50. How dare you? Take this, crumple it up, and throw it back in their face. I want my 100 on Sunday.
Your point is?
Compared to Sunday, yes, it's an inferior product.
Yes, that's all that matters.
Sunday's a holiday.
Compared to nothing, it is a superior product. For example, let's take the Bengals and the Dolphins a couple weeks ago. Dog of a game, right? Ill-prepared Thursday. By the way, there are things you could do to make Thursdays better in terms of bye weeks and when teams play, and they could figure it out a little better, but I had some action in that game in daily fantasy. I had a couple players going, and about 50% of the sports economy, particularly the NFL, it seems to me, is based on some form of gambling, including fantasy football. Was it interesting and exciting for me? Was I texting with my friends and talking trash about who's going to win the game and, like, had something invested emotionally in it?
Fantasy.
That's right. That's right. Sure, that's part of it, though. That's part of the entertainment. On a Thursday night, instead of nothing, you get an NFL game. And last night, by the way, there was a great Dodgers-Nationals game on. I'm flipping back and forth. That's a pretty interesting game, actually. It wasn't contested as crisply as it might have been, but I thought that was a dangerous game for the Broncos going to San Diego. And there was some drama at the end. Oh, my God, are the Chargers going to blow it again? I enjoyed myself. Would it have been better played on Sunday? Yeah. But is it better than nothing? Duh, it's better than nothing. Thursday night, I'm watching football.
Well, once again, you're trying to be slick, okay, and change the argument. Nobody was saying it's better. Nobody was disputing that it's better than nothing.
That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying that the quality of Thursday's product for the NFL is clearly diminished compared to what we see on Sundays and Mondays.
Not what you said.
By virtue of that, that is what I said.
You said get rid of Thursday night football.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, get rid of it. If you get rid of it, you're saying that nothing is better than what it is.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I'm being slick.
Well, listen to me. What I'm saying to you...
Trying to distract me with all this jewelry?
Sorry.
Don't.
Sorry.
Oh.
No. I'll leave right here. I'll put it back on. You need to focus, because I don't need you distracted. Stay with me. What I am saying, Max Kellerman, is this. The Thursday night product is inferior to what the NFL customarily gives us on a Sunday or a Monday. It is unfair to the viewer who has expectations of the NFL product. It is unfair to NFL players and coaches and people who have to prepare. And it is not good business to literally plaster an inferior product on national television on a weekly basis just to get a bit more money. By mere virtue of the fact that the Thursday night product appears to be watered down is enough of a reason for it to cease to exist. That is what I am saying.
That's what I said. Therefore, you're making the argument that because it's inferior to Sundays, you would like to get rid of it. If you get rid of it, just so that we're very clear here, because I need you to focus too.
Sure.
If you get rid of it, there will be nothing there on Thursdays, right?
So
therefore, according to you, nothing is better than something.
No, nothing is a worthy sacrifice for the overall integrity of the product. Not that it's better than nothing on a Thursday night. But you're compromising the integrity of the product. That's like you coming in here with a sweatsuit on. I mean, something would be wrong with that picture. I would be like, Max, do we need to talk? Something's wrong because I'm not used to seeing you. I'm always seeing you suited down. Is something wrong? And you would need to explain to me because that is unfamiliar territory for me. That's all I'm saying.
Right. So Stephen A. cares about the kids.
Of course, he sure does.
Let me tell you what Max doesn't care about as a consumer of football. When I'm sitting down on a Thursday night, I'm not thinking about the kids, and I'm not thinking about the players or the coaches or Sunday. I'm thinking about it's Thursday night. Oh, look at this. There's a game on. I'm happy.
Heartless.
I want to sacrifice that.
Heartless. You know, I mean, listen.
In other words, I'm heartless, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying.
Live squad.
Because
take it all the way back.
Again, I want to be clear.
Yeah.
It's not that it's not better than nothing.
No, I get what you're saying.
It's that you're compromising the integrity of the product because football thirds on Thursdays has not measured
up. Do double headers in baseball compromise the integrity of the product?
If it went away, you wouldn't miss it that much.
Do you want to get rid of double headers in baseball?
Oh, you really don't bring baseball? You going to compare baseball?
Well, I mean, there's less about it.
Max, do you realize that I got a good chance? Do you realize that if I play baseball, I have a good chance at success if I was in the outfield, eating some sunflower seeds and chilling out or smoking a cigar and chilling? The ball might not even come to me all game. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? You can't compare baseball to football.
The point is, a baseball game during the day after a night game or a doubleheader, you can expect the second game to be inferior to the first. But you don't make the argument that since it's not as good as the normal product, you completely get rid of it.
Listen, I'm not talking about getting rid of football.
Just take your L.
I'm talking about getting rid.
Just take the L.
I'm waiting to get one. I'm not talking about getting rid of the product. I'm talking about delaying it for 3 days. So it could be played on every other day.
Yeah, I got all this football on Sunday I need. I got football on Sunday all day long. I want it on Thursday.
Let's talk about football. So after winning 4 in a row, the Broncos have now dropped 2 straight to the Chargers and the Falcons. Have you lost faith in the Broncos?
No, not at all. And I can't say I'm surprised so many people have because I saw this coming. Look, Broncos lost 4 games last year. Ain't going to go undefeated this year. And who have they just lost to? They lost to the 2 best offenses that they played in consecutive weeks, one at home, one on the road. The first time without their starting quarterback, the second time without their head coach. And I told you yesterday on this show, we were right here, I said this is a sneaky, tough game for them. because they're going on the road to face that offense without their head coach. And the Chargers, by the way, in every single fourth quarter played this season, there have been a time in the fourth quarter where they've had the lead.
Yep.
What does that mean about their team? Fundamentally, that they're good or bad? If you have the lead in every single fourth quarter in every game you've played, oh, well, then they blew it. Okay, but they got that lead.
Giants last year.
Yeah, they got that lead. That ain't a bad team. That's a team that needs to get over that hump, needs to finish games. So that's the team you're going to play. And you lose, by the way, by one score, just like you lost by one score last week, and suddenly everyone wants to jump off the bandwagon. Now, are the Broncos likely to win another Super Bowl? No team is likely to repeat Super Bowls. It rarely happens. But are they a powerhouse team, an elite team, one of the best in the NFL? Yes. Do they have certain offensive problems? Yup. Just like they did last year when they won the Super Bowl. Remember that?
Yeah.
Here we are again.
Maybe it was Thursday Night Football that got them that quick turnaround.
I'm concerned about the Broncos. Am I officially jumping off the bandwagon in terms of their formidability? No, because when you have a defense that is that elite, you can't ignore that. But, Max, here's what I would ask you to pay attention to. A couple of things. Number one, I think to start off the game or something, if I remember correctly, like 5 of their 6 drives, they've surrendered 4 touchdowns and a field goal. I think that their offensive line has been suspect. I also know this. Even though they're the 7th-ranked defense, they're 19th against the run. Unlike most defenses where your front 7 ultimately cushions your secondary and positions you to make noise in a formidable fashion on the defensive side of the ball. Where Denver's unique is that their secondary, the strength of their defense emanates from their secondary forward. Aqib Talib, Chris Harris Jr., Roby and those boys, they are no joke. They are legitimately big time. We understand it. That's why they rank number 2 against the pass in the entire NFL. But the point that I'm trying to make to you is this. When you can't defend against the run on an elite level and your linebackers have problems in coverage, okay, you now have a problem. Because as Schlereth pointed out to us yesterday, and then he came on our radio show and pointed it out to me. He was talking about this. When you look at these guys, the Denver Broncos defense, if you get them in the man coverage, if you can run the football in them, which are the 2 Achilles heels that you can expose against their defense, you now have a problem. That's not something that I thought about last year too much. You know why? Because they had Danny Trevathan up in there. Remember, they still had Roby and Harris Jr. and Aqib Talib. They also had Danny Trevathan, and they also had Malik Jackson. And even though their defense is still formidable, losing those 2 guys matter. And as a result, you're calling on your offense to step up and do more. Now, granted, these guys, Trevor Siemian and his boys and Paxton Lynch, they have a stronger arm. They have stronger bodies. They're not as frail as Peyton Manning was last year, entering the final year of his illustrious career. But up here, Peyton Manning was second to none. And he knew how to manage his way out of situations, particularly come postseason. My concern with Denver right now is that those guys are learning on the fly. They're the 25th ranked passing offense in the NFL, even though you got Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. That tells me something about what you're lacking up here. It tells me something about what you're lacking in terms of your offensive line being able to protect you. And with a defense that bends, even though it may not break often, that also puts more pressure on the offense. So when I think about this now, all of a sudden I say to myself, can New England beat them? Yeah. Can Pittsburgh beat them? Yeah. Can Kansas City possibly step up and take them? Yeah. Can Oakland do something against them? Yeah. Those are 4 teams right there. And with Jamal Charles coming back for Kansas City, you just never know right now. So it's getting very interesting is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure. Listen, 5-6 weeks in, you're just not now starting to really understand what the teams are. This is a small sample size in the NFL. Everything you said about can those teams beat the Broncos? Yeah, as I said, they lost 4 games last year. They've lost 2 this season. They're not going to go undefeated. They didn't do it last year when they won the Super Bowl. Can I see the Broncos beating the Patriots? Yeah. Can I see the Broncos beating the Steelers, Chiefs, Raiders? Yeah. Goes the other way, too. Now, you talk about what they're missing, Trevathan and especially Malik Jackson. Malik Jackson, I thought, was a real hit. In terms of the linebackers, though, you know, this idea that, and Schlereth brought it up yesterday, and obviously we defer to his, I mean, it goes without saying, to his football knowledge.
Especially Broncos.
But, of course, but when I hear things like you can isolate and exploit their linebackers in coverage, well, yeah, of course, because linebackers, that's not really what they do. I mean, the second, especially compared to that Broncos secondary. Broncos secondary is all-time great. The linebackers are not. All people are really saying is it's an imperfect team. I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm not saying they don't have weaknesses. They weren't perfect and had weaknesses last year when they won the Super Bowl.
It's not the same as last year.
All I'm saying is people are predictably overreacting to a loss against the league's best offense last week when the Broncos didn't have their starting quarterback, and a loss against the second-best offense this week when they didn't have their head coach, and both times they were one-score games.
But here's your problem. Here's your problem, and this is a problem I don't like about you, especially with those eyes of yours. This is what I don't understand about you. You're one of those dudes that you always got to come up with some philosophical reason as to why people are wrong for looking at things a certain way. You got eyes just like everybody. As a matter of fact, better eyes than most of us. You can't just see. You can't just see what it is and what it isn't. You can't see that this team is not the same. You can't see that defensively they don't appear to be as formidable, particularly against the run. You can't see this.
No team is the same, even within the same season. As I said with the Falcons yesterday or 2 days ago, the danger for them is actually peaking too early, as they may have done last year. This is the issue with the NFL. The team you start with, because it's such a physical sport, is not the team you necessarily end with. So had the Super Bowl been played in the first half of the season, even though the Broncos won their first 6 games, do they necessarily win it? No. By the end of the season, they were the best team in football. And that could easily happen right now. I don't see an appreciable difference between them this year and last year. I see more. Is it a little bit less than last year so far? Yes, clearly. They're not 6-0. But
a little bit
more or less the same thing.
A little bit is all it takes with Tom Brady back in the Pittsburgh Steelers in that offense. A little bit is all it takes. A little bit is